Hello, YouTube. You're tuned into the Katie Talk 101 show. All right, so it did get a little stuff in here, so I opened my window, so you may hear a little background outside the window, okay? Planes taking off and stuff like that. But I want to get into this topic today. And you see, I titled it The Downside of Hypergamy. So we have a woman that goes by the name of New Trophy Wife. And I'm gonna make sure I drop her video down in the comment section because I want people to be like giving those views to her page because it took a lot of bravery to come out and tell this story of this situation that she went through. Shout out to Antonio. Shout out to the chat room. You guys make sure you guys hit that like button when you come in the building. Okay, so this is the downside of hypergamy. And I don't know if you guys heard this story. She just ended up going live 2 days ago. She's almost at about 250,000 views. So this is basically the rundown. The new trophy wife, she is the avid follower of Shira Seven. And oh thank you, Natasha. She's an avid follower of Sharir, what's her name? Shira Seven. So she is aka the Sprinkle Lady. So if you guys are not familiar with the Sprinkle Lady, she basically gives women game on how to bag a rich man. So her whole channel is surrounded around women basically leveling up. She's real big on keeping your looks up, keeping your appearance up. A lot of people have compared her to Priscilla, the Queen Maker. But I feel like their message is most definitely know your worth, but it's two different fields. So I think Sheer Seven, she goes on the ground of, hey, if you're gonna deal with men, know your worth and get as much as you can out of them. And Priscilla is like, be independent, get your own, and get it as far as away from men as you can. And she has a book called 41 Shades of Man, basically speaking about one of the men in her book has to do with the trophy wife husband. So let's get into it. So the trophy wife, she ended up going on her page 2 days ago, and she got into a story basically saying she was changing. She has, okay, keep in mind, she is a single mom. She's a single mom, I believe, of 4 children. So she ended up meeting this man that has a lot of money. So I think the story is different. Some people say she met him and within 3 months she got married. And then some people say she had ended up meeting him and within a year they got married. Either one, they got married, supposedly. And they actually, she ended up saying she was changing her 4-year-old diaper. At the time, her husband was gone away from the house. And she actually said that when she ended up changing her diaper, she noticed there was red and irritation. No, he's not. The two daughters, the 2-year-old and the 4-year-old that he allegedly essayed, those are not his kids. But she did just have a newborn baby by the husband. She just had a newborn baby by him. So she said she was changing the 4-year-old diaper and she noticed red and irritation down there. And she said the first thing that came to her mind was, who touched you? And she said, Daddy did. So this is what the 4-year-old told her. And she said she just instantly she got up and she thought of it a escape plan. So she said she started packing her things, and she said that she knew he was on his way home, and she was just going to tell him that they're going to do some shopping for Halloween. So you guys know this happened a few weeks ago. So she said, we're going to go and do some shopping for Halloween. And she was just planning her escape exit. Something I did want to say is that I commend her for instantly believing her daughter. And I commend her for instantly making an exit plan to get her and her kids away from this man. Now, one story that I did hear about, I didn't hear this come out of her mouth, but I seen a lot of people down in comment sections because a lot of content creators are touching on this story. I seen a good amount of people say that she actually was talking about in one of her videos that at the beginning of the relationship with her husband that he actually like essayed her, and so I think when she was speaking in her video about some red flags about him, she said she's seen red flags about him, but she overlooked them. I really believe that's one of the red flags she was talking about. And this is another thing too. When women are sitting their videos up and they're sitting their whole channels and commentary up to tell women how to get men money, I most definitely think they should have some kind of show or some kind of segment informing women about the downside of getting men with money, because you got to understand the mindset of some men out here who have money. First of all, it's a lot of pervs out here that have money. There's a lot of pedos out here that have money. There's killers out here that have money. So you have a big amount of men out here with money. And when you're setting up channels, um, opening up this information to them on how to get men with money, you have to tell them about all sides of the spectrum, because there's going to be men out here that feel like because they're funding you, they're funding your lifestyle. Some of them are even funding your family. Some of them are paying your family bills. They're paying your bills. They're keeping you cute. They got you in a nice foreign car. They got you in a big, nice house. Some of them feel like, hey, everything that this woman got belonged to me. If she got a sister, if she got a daughter, if even her mother, some of these guys, if they're on that type of time, they're going to feel like they have access to you and everything that comes along with you. So that's what I mean about opening up the whole side of this hypergamy thing. When you constantly making, you're making these, you're making like you're surrounding your whole commentary around let's get these men money. There's so much that comes along with that. They're gonna feel like they have the right to your daughter. I remember R.I.P. Kevin Samuels, but this was one of Kevin Samuels' last videos. And I know Priscilla brought this up when she was live about this yesterday. One of Kevin Samuels' last videos, he ended up telling a woman, if I get with you and you're a single mom and you have children, your children have to be an asset to me. And then he went on to say, what if you had a 16-year-old daughter and you came home and your 16-year-old daughter, that's not my child, told you that I was looking at her when she came out of the shower? What would you do? She said, oh, I'll pack my stuff up and leave. And he said, oh, no, no, the hell you won't. Because if me and you have a child together, you're not just going to take my child. And he said, now, kids lie. So basically, he is telling a woman, if you're with a man of means and you marry him and you already have children, if your daughter tell you that I'm looking at her in some particular way, don't believe her. You stay with your husband and believe him. So that's the kind of message Kevin Samuels was pushing. And I find it really crazy that was one of his last videos too. So you already see the mindset of a lot of these men. And as you guys know, a lot of Kevin Samuels' commentary is, hey, women out there, keep yourself looking good, stay looking beautiful, and you'll be able to attract a man with money. But He didn't tell you a lot of these men mindset is that I own you, I own your children. If he's the type of man, God forbid, if he's into boys, he'll he'll take advantage of your son because he feel like I'm taking care of you, I'm taking care of all your kids, and I'm taking care of all your family. Y'all belong to me, and if I want to have my way with y'all, I can. See, that's the part of the story they don't tell you about. They tell you about getting cute, staying fit, leveling up with your looks. Don't go outside with a bonnet on. Keep your body together. Stay up on your fitness, but they don't tell you stay up on the protection of your children. No, Kevin Samuels tell you if your daughter say, I was looking at her when she came out of the shower, don't believe her. Women need to figure out how to, from the government, they have no rights in the children. Men shouldn't have rights to kids. Men shouldn't have rights to kids. The animals know better than us. Yes, and that's something I always hear. I'm gonna come back and read all the comments at the end for sure. I always hear Priscilla say that animals have more of a protective. The female animal have more of a protective guard and a protective spirit than a lot of these women who are walking around. And it's like when it comes to the hypergamy conversations, you never hear. Let's see, I'm not trying to look, young lady, but where is the kid's father? Those kids are too, and to bring a new man in. Thank you, Natasha. That's the same thing I was thinking. But I most definitely want to commend her in being brave and coming out with her story. But you know, when you come out with a story on the internet, I most definitely have sympathy for her. But I did have a few questions. Um, and don't knock me for the questions I have because I know in the back of a lot of people's mind, even though we do have sympathy for her because she has a 2-year-old daughter and a 4-year-old daughter that was allegedly essayed by her husband. But a question that I have is, like Natasha said, where are these girls' fathers? These girls are really young, so I don't know if their father is in the picture or not. One thing that I do know when it comes to guys like this who are predators, they will intentionally get that dad out of the picture so they can have their way. You really, really watch a man, and I'm not saying just because a man want to be let's say if he want to take up responsibility for your child that he is automatically a pervert, but please keep your eyes open to those guys that seem like they just want to be too close to your kids that are not his, like too quickly. I just think that maybe because this was her husband, she had a big amount of trust towards him. Now I do remember her saying that she was violated. She was essayed as a young child. So I was really surprised that she wasn't more protected. And that's something that really kind of shocks me is that some of the women who went through the essay situation when they were young, some of those women who had their innocence took away from them at a young age, like I wonder why aren't they a little bit more protective over their children? And this is another thing too. So the missing young lady, she didn't heal from her past trauma before choosing another man, just rushed into the title. Yes, and she just rushed into it for the title, and you got to think her whole commentary. And I'm going to show you her channel if you guys want to go to it. I'm most definitely going to drop that video down in the comment section. So if you guys want to go and subscribe to her or just go over there and check her out, you most definitely can. I didn't. Hey, what's up with your bougie Barbie? Shout out to my favorite moderator. Those girls are sadly his biological daughters too. I had 2 sons in a previous relationship. Oh wow! So those 2 daughters were his. Now I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I just know. I don't know how long she's been with this man, but I do know they say she married him pretty quickly. And from the story that she was telling, because she said at the time when her daughter was telling her that he's the one who injured her, who touched her below, that he was picking up her 2 boys from school. So I'm thinking this. She came into the relationship with the two boys, and as they got married, she had the two girls by him, and then had another baby. Because I know in the video she was saying, "Oh, excuse me if you hear something in the background. That's the baby." Let's see. She married him for a better financial life. Yes, she's one of these leveling up in her, and she admitted in some of her videos. She said the daughter said daddy did it. Yep, she said that the daddy did it. And this is what I wanted to say too. And shout out to y'all that came into the video. Y'all make sure y'all hit that thumbs up. So this is what I was thinking. When she seen the situation down there, she instantly packed up her stuff. They went to the hospital. And the first hospital, they had to leave that first hospital because they didn't do those type of exams. So the police escorted her to the other hospital. So when they went to the other hospital, both of the girls were examined, and come to find out, what she said is that he has been messing with both of the young girls, the 2-year-old and the 4-year-old. And she just said it seemed like it was a nightmare. It seemed like a whole nightmare. And, she instantly filed for divorce. Hopefully, she's about to bring charges against him. And I just find it so crazy that and I'm not going to say I was surprised, but listening to a couple of these guys that I heard doing commentary on this situation, because before I do commentary on anything, of course, I'm going to watch her video, but I like to see what other people have to say about it too. So when I look on other people's channel, and I'm not going to mention anybody's name or whatever, because I don't want to, send any hate their way. But I just find it crazy that some people would say, maybe she's making all of this up. Maybe he planned on divorcing her, and she's trying to get the leg up in the divorce. So she's making up all this stuff. So I'm just gonna say allegedly, because we don't know his side of the story. So I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if we pop up and see the new trophy wife husband, or finna be ex-husband. I wouldn't be surprised if you see him probably doing an interview with one of these guys on these platforms. I don't know. But one thing I can say and give her compliments is that she acted very quickly. I don't want to say their name because I don't want to say their name, Ty. But I'm just gonna say it's a man. It's a man that said it. But I don't want to, put nobody's name out there bad. But if you guys just look on the search engine, new trophy wife leave husband, or new trophy wife scandal, y'all see all the videos. It's some guys that were saying some crazy stuff. But I'm just thinking, like, if this woman wanted to leave, she could just leave. Like, why would you put your daughters in a situation like that? Yeah, these men on the internet, they are worthless. It's insane. When I was listening to guys actually say that, why would that woman put her daughter's name in this mess like this? Like, it took so much bravery for her to come out about this, and not to play too much of her video, but I'm gonna show the channel, and you guys can check out the rest of the video and everything, because I don't want to play too much of her stuff. But one thing that I can say is, it's a lot of women out here that don't really like women either, because not saying that they were lying, but I know a lot of people were posting and they were like, yeah, she was all on her page talking about, telling her haters, oh, you can keep on hating, but I'm gonna still be rocking Chanel and driving a Ferrari. So some people like, oh, that's what she get. No, that's not what she get, because this situation happened to her children. This situation happened to her children. And it's really sad that some women would say that. I feel like he's been doing this longer. She just found out. I think so too. And this is the thing too, CC, her husband knows about that she got essayed when she was younger. She got essayed by like a neighbor's husband when she was younger. So, and I heard her say in the video, he know that I hate people like him. So I feel like with that man getting into that relationship, he probably feeling like, oh, this woman just with me because of the benefits that I bring to her. This woman is with me because I upgraded her lifestyle. This woman just with me for my money. I think some guys internally, when they get with these beautiful women, that keep in mind these beautiful women that some of them probably couldn't pull if they didn't have the money. A lot of them resent them women. A lot, yeah, a lot of these guys get with these women and they end up resenting them. But you got to think, a lot of these guys get out here and they move around and they lead with their money. And then they get mad at a woman because she uses him for their money. So it's just insane. You really just got to know who you marry. Let's see, she needs to check on her sons also. I think so too. Natasha, I really do think she needs to check on her sons also because we have some of these perverts out here. They are just not liking to little girls, but they're liking to little boys as well. And one thing about it, I think her sons are a little older. I think in the video she said her sons are like teenage. I think preteen or teenagers. And yeah, a lot of people need to have healing before we try to enter into relationships with others. That is so true. And just think how easy it was probably when she came along and met him, even in the small time that they had courtship, because it sounded like they got married pretty quickly. He probably was spoiling her. He probably was throwing all kinds of money at her. He probably was doing a lot for her kids, you know, just opening up the doors so the kids would like him. He probably was spending a lot of money on her. He probably was spending a lot of money on her. But let's keep in mind some of the women who would find this stuff out about their children. And I'm pretty sure you guys have heard some of my stories about my childhood and the stuff I went through with my mom and things like that. Think about how many women out here that would have found out the truth about their kids being messed with and they still would have stayed over there with that man. So I'm like, kudos to her. Kudos to her for instantly believing her children and instantly leaving. Because it's some women out here, and I'ma just be honest, and this is what I've seen for real in real life. Some women would have sent their daughters away. They would have sent their daughters away to live with an auntie. They would have sent their daughters away to live with a grandmother. And she would have had the selfish mindset of, I'm not giving up my lifestyle because of her. I'm not gonna give up this lifestyle. I probably will never find a man like this ever again. Some horrible women blame their kids. Thank you. Some horrible women blame their kids. Let's just be honest. Let's be honest. A lot of women wouldn't have left. Let's just say, I don't know this man. I don't know how much money he made, but from what she say in her videos, her husband is a well-to-do man. Let's say he's a six-figure guy. Let's say he make $400,000 a year. It's a lot of women that wouldn't have left that. They would have sacrificed their children to keep that man around in their life. So, like I say, kudos to her. Okay, let's go to her channel here. Let me share that. Okay, so this is her channel. And I'm just going to play a small part of this video because, like I said, I'm going to drop the link below. But before I play that video, I'm just going to do a rundown of her. I'm just going to do a rundown of her bio. And this is her bio from YouTube. And it's basically giving you an idea of the type of content that she has. So let me share this here. And shout out to everybody in the building. And shout out to everybody that may watch the replay. Shout out to those watching in the bushes. But you guys, make sure you go ahead and hit this like button. Let's get this information out, okay? Because we do know this hypergamy thing and this woman out here using the men out here to get to the bag and all that. This is like this been a thing for a while now, a good 7, 8 years. So we just want to get the information out and warn women to keep their eyes open, and most definitely your top priority is to protect your children. Okay, so her name is her name is Isis, and the channel is called The New Trophy Wife, and this is her, very beautiful woman. And under her bio, it says, okay, here it comes, it's popping back up. So under her bio, it says, "Welcome to the New Trophy Wife, where I teach you how to become your own dream woman. Practice hypergamy, dating tips, level up your image, and more. This is a community for women looking to manifest the life, the husband, and the family of their dreams." Well, it turned into a nightmare for her. And do it all in style. If you are a like minded lady and you want to be a part of this growing community, then subscribe for more videos. So, yeah, so she is actually telling women, how to level up and how to get her dream husband. This situation didn't turn out so good for her. And she came through the door in a lot of her videos saying how much she admired Shira 7. She said if it wasn't for Shira 7, and of course we're not blaming Shira 7, but I think it's just the lack of the completed commentary that Shira 7 don't tell you about all sides. And it comes with a lot of sides when it comes to being out here getting these men money. It comes with a whole lot. It's just not as simple as she try to put it out there. But this is the video right here. In the name of the video is called I Married a Monster. That's the name of the video. I Married a Monster. Okay, I think this is a commercial about to pop up, but I'm gonna let it finish refreshing and everything. I'm gonna let the commercial go by before I play. Look, Tasha said Shira 7 be lying. She is beautiful. I wish her channel was I wish her channel was promoting this. Let's see. Yep, she's really beautiful. And yeah, Shira 7, she just be telling you all the cutesy little parts of the situation. She don't open up. And I think that is the worst thing when you're giving half truths. And you have these women out here thinking that this lifestyle is something else when it's not. Okay.
Welcome.
Okay, take a listen to this, guys. I got it pulled up now.
I had to end up leaving my husband.
She got a lot of commercials on here, don't she?
These
Okay, so you guys heard that. She said she had to end up leaving her husband. Let me skip through this commercial. So, okay, here we go.
I honestly don't even really know where to start with this, just because it's just such a hard topic. And I honestly thought that by the time I got on here that I wouldn't have any tears left because I've just cried so much. It's like I built this channel and this whole brand around being this man's wife, and trying to teach other women how to attract good men and provider men and all these different things. And
I'm gonna stop for a second. I seen Natasha say the Menendez mom, she blamed her sons for their dad abuse. A lot of women do that, and whether it comes to sons or their daughters. And this is what I wanted to stop the video and say. A lot of her video, like she just said, a lot of my videos was surrounded around my husband. I mean, your husband is your husband, of course, but don't be out here just centering and surrounding your whole life around a person. We can't even do that when it comes to our kids because our kids can show us different things too. We can raise our kids a certain way, but when they grow up, they get their own personality and they shift and they can change too. So you most definitely have to stay grounded with yourself and who you are. Never surround your whole life around anyone. I love my cat. I've been having my cat since 2018. I can't surround myself around her because I know one day she's gonna be gone, and then I'll be broke down and broken when she leaves. We can't be out here surrounding our whole well-being, our whole life around one thing. That's where she went wrong. I can honestly say that. And then this is another thing. You guys feel like, I mean, not everyone, but a lot of women feel like just because a man make a lot of money that make him a good man, that does not make a man a good man just because he make a lot of money. You go on the character. Oh, you say you want a cat? I ended up going to Petco and got her. I didn't pay much either. She was already neutered. She already had all her shots. I just take her once a year for her checkups and to get the little rabies shot that she get. But cats are really low maintenance and they're very independent. And one thing I wanted to say is that just because a man make a lot of money don't make him a good man. You look at that man's character. That's where women go wrong. And at the beginning of this video, and I'm not trying to blame her. Please don't think I'm trying to blame her for what happened to her daughters. It is not right for anybody to essay anyone, to essay a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. It's diabolical. So no way am I blaming her at all. But for you to say, I teach other women how to get good men, let's keep it a buck. You teach women how to go dig on men, and you teach women how to get the ring so they can continue to have a quote unquote soft life. It's nothing about being a real woman, being feminine. It's nothing about relaxing. You ever heard the term a woman job is never done? And y'all all out here trying to preach this living a soft life and resting in my femininity. Shout out to Priscilla. It's no such thing as resting in your femininity because a woman job is never done. Y'all just want to be lazy. Y'all want to sit around here and be lazy and do nothing and dig in a man's pockets and sit back like, yeah, I'm better than all these other women. Can these women bag a 6-figure guy like this? No. I'm going to sit around here and rock my Chanel and I'm going to drive in my Ferrari. And look what that Ferrari and that Chanel got you. And one thing about it, like I said, I'm not blaming her, but you got to know where you went wrong. So this won't happen again. Because God forbid you go out here and get another money man, another 6-figure guy, and it happens again. Imagine what the relationship with your daughters are going to be like. And thank God you got away. But you just never know. I'm going to dig a little deeper. The message Sharia teaches is blatant witchcraft. Yeah. Sharia 7, she got a whole channel teaching women how to do spells. And she's into witchcraft and voodoo and everything. That's what a lot of people don't know. I read my Bible. It's witchcraft. When we come into agreement with that, we open up satanic bonds. She's manifesting a demon man. Oh, you ain't lying. She's teaching women how to get these demon evil men, these perverted men. And she don't tell you the whole story because she want to package it up into a pretty, oh, it's hypergamy. This is hypergamy. No, it's dangerous. And like Priscilla say, you not teaching them about the whole nature of a man, the full nature of a man. I gotta go to work. I will watch. Oh yes, make sure you watch the replay. And good night to you, Barbie. I hope you have a great night and a great week at work. Yes, and not to mention the physical scars them babies are gonna have. They are gonna have several physical scars, and then just think of the bad. And then this is another thing a lot of men don't talk about. They never talk about this in podcasts. You never hear them men sit up in these podcasts talking about, oh, look what a lot of these women had to go through. They had to go through a lot. A lot of these girls be getting touched by their mama's boyfriends, the uncles, this, that, and the third. No, they don't. They're never real about what happened to these girls, and they never real about why some of these women are bitter towards men. I remember I was having a conversation with my sister, and I was like, yeah, I'm just chilling. I'm not pressing to be in no relationship because I've went through this and that. And she was like, oh, that was just this guy. But I'm like, no, what about this relationship? And then what about this other relationship I had? And what about this other relationship I had? One thing I had to say to her, and she ended up agreeing with me. I ended up saying, one thing you can never do is take away a person experiences. My life experiences is my life experiences and things that I went through. But the problem is a lot of these women allow men and allow other women, the women who they call pygmies, you allow those women to take away your experiences and put blind goggles on and jump out here. Oh, I'm going to just try it again. I'm going to just try it again. Let me get with this guy. I'm going to just try it again. But none of those women say, hey, let's stop and recenter myself. Let me stop and heal. Let me stop and get to know myself before I go out here and try to get into another relationship. You never hear none of these so-called dark femininity coaches talking about healing yourself. All you hear is these men telling you, oh, you don't qualify for a man because you ain't this, that, and the third. You not a size 5. You don't qualify. You never hear these guys say, hey, get your mental together. All you hear them talk about is physical. You never hear them talk about nothing mental. I'm gonna play about another minute of this because I don't want to get off into it too much because I want y'all to watch all this on your own for sure. But let's finish listening to what she has to say. But I had to comment on it when she was saying about her telling women how to get a good man. Because there's nothing good about the man that you marry, baby. Nothing good. And you guys, I mean, women especially, we gotta watch who we get our advice from. A lot of times it's just the blind leading the blind, and then that blind person leading another blind person. So watch who you get your information from. Watch who you take advice from. I'm gonna play this for a little minute more. Here we go.
Truly held my husband or saw him as the bar for what every woman should, type of man that or type of husband that every woman should aspire to have. And I didn't realize that the person I married was actually going to be my biggest nightmare. So basically, when I first met my husband, as I've already talked about in another video, I think it was my single mom video, I explained, a little bit about how we met. And I really thought that man was my Prince Charming. So when I first met my husband,
And that's the thing too. Know I hear a lot of people say Disney hypnotized us, Disney brainwashed us, and this and that. Natasha said my grandmother taught me to have my own money and be independent, so I won't ever have a man to control me. Most definitely, because when a man is funding you and funding your whole lifestyle, he most definitely has control over you. His money does not come without strings. Please know and believe that. His money don't come without strings. And it's just when you're out here and you're just looking for the bag and you looking for the money, you got to consider everything that comes along with that money, baby. You got to consider everything. And a lot of these, don't get me wrong, it's some poor perverted guys out here too, but a lot of these guys with a lot of money come along with a lot of crazy stuff. If they're not just a grounded man, a man who probably went to college, met his high school sweetheart, married her, and went on through life, if they're a man that got money and they jump from this woman to that woman to that woman, that's a red flag. For most part, if you see a man with money, if he has been in several relationships, that walking through the door is a red flag. And this is something I think I was having this conversation with my sister too. We were saying Disney Disney was fed to a lot of young girls. And what did the boys, they watched action videos. They watched they watched a whole lot of fighting stuff, and they were into the fighting games and how to conquer this and how to win that game. So there you have on one side the women who are in a delusional land thinking about Prince Charmings and the man to come sweep them off their feet. And then you have the other side of the boys who are watching the action packed videos, and they were watching videos on how to survive. So you got men out here with the mentality embedded into them that they gotta fight, they gotta survive, they gotta conquer. And then you have the women over here on the other side who have in their mind, in their delusional mind, that there's some Prince Charming that's gonna come sweep them off their feet. And the crazy part about it is the women suffer more in their delusion than the things that the men were brought up to do. Because the games that the boys played, they were playing games when they grow up, they know they got to get out here and fight. They know they have to get out here and fight every day. They know they got to get out here and move some stuff around and work hard to get what they got to get. But a woman is stuck in delusion land. Oh, I can just sit up here like Rapunzel in the top of my castle, and my good man's gonna come and I can throw my hair down and he can come up, and or Beauty and the Beast, even though he's an ugly beast, he's gonna come along and save me and be the love of my life. Oh, or I can be like poor Cinderella who got beat down by her stepsisters and her stepmom. I snuck out and went to a party, left my shoe, and this guy's gonna find my small foot that fits the shoe, and I'm gonna live happily ever after. Women are still blinded by Disney, of course, but women like Shira Seven don't make it any better. She further, to tell you the truth, she further feeds into that delusion land that Disney fed to us women. She further feeds off into this whole delusional land. I'm gonna let her finish playing for a couple of minutes. I don't want to play it too much, but take a listen to the other things she had to say. And this is fair use. You guys hit that like button, please, and thank you.
Husband, I thought that he was my Prince Charming. I thought that he was my knight in shining armor, and he portrayed himself to be this amazing, upright, righteous Christian man. And I believed him. I think shortly after we got married, and this is something that I haven't talked about, I started noticing like certain things changed with him. And
Okay, so she said, I'm gonna drop the link at the end and let you guys finish watching it yourself for sure. Cause yeah, it kind of got a little emotional, and I want you guys to just watch it yourself for sure. Big shout out to Anna. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button when you come through the door. This information most definitely has to be shared. We have a lot of young women out here, a whole lot of young women out here listen to Shira Seven. So I just think this other side, this dark side, really need to be shared. And it was one more thing I want to show y'all before I get up out of here. So shout out to Dr. Umar. Dr. Umar is supposed to be out here in Vegas. I think the 22nd. Hopefully I'll be able to get to go and see him and meet him for the first time. He has a speech over on the north side of Las Vegas. But I want you guys to hear this conversation that hold on, let me pause it. I want you guys to hear this conversation that Dr. Umar had with a young lady. It looks like they were on a podcast together. So let's listen to this. And it's kind of pertaining like relationships and stuff like that. And it's really unfortunate that we live in a world now that kind of makes women feel like if you don't have a man, you're less than. But like I say, they don't tell you about everything that comes with it. People try to push, oh, you got to be married. Oh, I's got a ring. I's got a ring. But they don't tell you everything that comes along with it. They just tell you the sunshine. They don't tell you about the rain. All they do is talk about the roses, but they don't talk about the thorns. So all I'm saying is, if you're gonna talk about it, let's talk about all of it. Let's talk about it all. Okay, so this is Dr. Umar, and he had a pretty good conversation with this young lady. Let me see here. Okay, so let me make sure I'm sharing it here. Get this.
What's on your mind, princess? Because you processing your femininity. Talk to us.
Men, and they don't realize that they do this, but they groom a woman to how they want to be.
Yes.
And then 2 years, 3 years go by, and it's like the woman is just trying to get you to just do everything you need to do. She's literally clearing your plate.
Yes.
You go focus on this. I got
Yes.
XYZ.
Yes.
Only for you to just throw that shit away. That's a trigger, especially
Yes.
for somebody that is very emotionally, physically, spiritually invested into you, and you just throw that shit away. That shit sucks.
There's no insurance she can buy that will reset her back with her armor on. She got to build that armor back up. Do you know how hard that is when she dealing with her own family problems? She dealing with her own baby daddy problems. She dealing with her own traumas from childhood. She working 2 and 3 jobs. She trying to keep the bills paid. And on top of that, we got to keep in mind that Black women exist within a context, unlike Asian women, unlike Caucasians, unlike Arabs, East Indians, Latinos, and Jews, where she don't really have a strong female support network. Black women are more likely to not be surrounded by a genuine sisterhood whose shoulders they can cry on. So when our sisters go through relationship trauma, setback, and disappointment, they're often going through that by themselves.
Amen. Oh my God, this was so.
What's on your mind, princess? Because you processing your femininity. Talk to us.
Men, and they don't realize.
And this is so true what he just said, because it's really sad that a lot of Black women out here don't have that support system when it comes to other women. And do you know why? Just from the beginning of time, things were set up against us, especially the Black woman. Dr. Umar got kids who he don't see or support. Yeah, and Dr. Umar had the most to say about relationships. Now that's true, Ty. He got the one who abandoned his kids got the most to say about relationships. But it's true what he said, because a lot of Black women don't have that support system like a lot of other women do. And that's why I just sit in when I'm strolling and I just get all of these notifications with these podcasts and these guys talking about women this and women that and women that. You guys have took a grip of this patriarch system that's set up against Black people anyway. And Black men and Black women are the main people to push it. And this patriarchal system separates women. It separates women. It don't bring us together so we can bond, so we can build, so we can grow. Women are good, healthy women around other healthy-minded women. We can put some stuff together and flourish so we can all go back to our families and be replenished and be recharged. But you have these situations where they break off that what we would call our support system, what we would call our help group, just the whole what they used to say, it take a village. The village has been broken up by patriarchy. Patriarchy has broken up our village. So when people wonder what happened to the village, that's what happened. They have separated women. Women come together, healthy minded, stable minded women come together and they rebuild each other. They recharge each other. That's what men don't tell you. All a man, like that young lady say, all men do is mold you into what he want you to be. But a man can never replenish you. A man can never charge you. A man can't recharge you. All he can do is tell you how you can satisfy him. And I've talked about this on plenty of shows. I remember when I was working in construction, when I was working at the barbershops around a lot of men, all I used to hear was men talk about what they like, what they want a woman to do, what they don't want a woman to do. I never heard these men speak on how they cater to their women, how they sometimes I pepper my woman at least once a month. Oh, I send flowers to her job. When she gets off work, if it's my off day, I cook for her. I cook her favorite meal. I never hear these men talk about how they replenish their women, how they pamper their women, how they shower their women. Even if they do it, they don't talk about it. All they talk about is what they want, what turns them off, what turns them on, how they want to mold their woman into this, that, and the third. But patriarchy has separated women. So you have a lot of women out here bitter, mean, mad, hating on other women, hating on, let's keep it 100. They even hating on little minor children. Ooh, you can tell when she grow up, she gonna have a cute shape. Ooh, I know she look like she fast. Y'all will call a little girl fast just because she filling out. Just because she going through puberty and she's filling out. Y'all instantly will be jealous of little girls. It's insane. And you wonder why things are so messed up when it comes to the girl code, when it comes to women, period. Because y'all have been shaped and formed to automatically hate each other. And when I was over there watching the video when Priscilla was talking about this situation, I seen women down in the comment section talking about, ooh, she talking too slow. What's wrong with her? Ooh, she talking too slow. Speed it up. And Priscilla was like, hey, this woman just went through a situation where her 2-year-old and her 4-year-old was essayed by her husband. Can y'all have a little sympathy for her? But women don't have any sympathy for each other because they simply hate each other. You can never have sympathy for somebody that you internally hate. You instantly look at another woman like she competition. Even when it comes to the younger girls. The younger girls go through it the most. And I have sympathy for a lot of the younger girls, man. Because they goes through it. Because they already getting it on the end of the girls that are in their age genre. But the younger girls getting it from the older women too. And you know, we hear all these comparisons all the time. I see it on the internet all the time. All of these women are just going back and forth with each other, hating on each other, all for the attention of a man. And look what this man with money did to her 2 kids. Y'all out here competing for monsters. Y'all out here competing for predators with a big bank account. And y'all sit around and wonder why these men don't have respect for you. Look at what you're doing. Look at how a lot of these women putting their kids out here in harm's way. And God forgive me, God forgive me, I'm not saying that that woman put her kids in harm's way, but most definitely you got to be, and your eyes have to be alert when it comes to you protecting your kids. The protection of your kids is the highest degree of everything that you need to do. Protecting your kids is the most important thing that should be on your agenda. Not bagging a man with money. Not being out here getting attention. Let me put my breast up. Let me get some attention. Attention is the new currency out here. And it's killing women. And it's killing the kids. It's putting the kids in harm's way. And you hear all of these women talking about, oh, if I don't have a man, how's we gonna make babies? How I'm gonna reproduce? Well, baby, these men that you getting with and reproducing with, look what's happening to the kids. They're out here getting essayed by the man that you're chasing with money. Y'all out here want to look good and want to stand over other women and look like you shining on other women. You forgetting about the kids. You forgetting about the safety of your children. Can't nobody ever talk me out of not protecting my kids. And I don't care how fine the man is, what kind of car that man driving, what kind of house that man have. I don't care if he worked for the railroad, the post office, if he worked for NASA. I don't give a damn. The protection of my kids come before any of that. Yes, particularly he separated us. Yes, patriarchy really separated us. And now women are molded and identified. We can't see each other because the male always in the way. And you know what? Us women are the ones who put the male in the way because we prop him up. Facts, 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 Miss Daniels. Facts. And the thing is, we prop the man up and we are the ones who put him in the way. We are the ones who put him in the way, and it's sad. It's sad. And it's the children that suffer. It's the children that suffer. And the main women who be talking about, I know you guys probably heard of that girl, E. Kane. E. Kane, she's over there on TikTok or whatever. But I seen a video when she was talking about, yeah, my homegirls talking about having a girls trip. They want to go out on a girls trip and stuff. And I'm like, where are the men? Where the man at? Yeah, I want to know where the man at because how we gonna reproduce? I need some men around. How we gonna reproduce? And this girl out here neglecting her kids. And if I'm not mistaken, I think E. Kane, she's had CPS in her life several times when it came to her kids. And this one of the main girls is always talking about, she always talking about how we gonna reproduce. Girl, you need to stop reproducing. What the heck? Those are the main girls who need to stop reproducing. Okay, and let me go to Priscilla community tab. And shout out to Priscilla. Because I ended up seeing something on her community tab the other day. I end up seeing some on her community tab that really hit on some truth. So let me see if I can find it. I don't want to hold you guys too much longer. About an hour now. Okay. And you guys out there, please make sure you hit that like button. If you're watching, even if you're watching from the bushes, make sure you hit that like button for sure. Okay, so let me make sure I'm sharing this. I think you guys can see it. Okay, so this is basically talking about the girl code. This is talking about the girl code and how it ain't a such thing as a damn girl code. Okay, so Priscilla ended up posting this about a day ago. It says the truth is men don't like women and women don't like women. The word, it is what it is due to the hatred that women have towards their self and towards each other. So this is, I think it's like a text message between some people. And it's saying girl code is different than man code, LOL. Girl code, if I ever seen express interest in a man, he's off limits to my friends. Man code, y'all just don't do wives and baby mothers. And then somebody ended up, they commented under the text message saying, interest. This is crazy. How can you be positive over a thought? How can you be possessive over a thought? Let's see, it's not possessive, it's about avoiding drama. Why would you want to be with the man your homegirl is openly attracted to? That's weird. That's because another woman want to feel like she better than the next woman. That's why. Most definitely. And it says friendships fall out over a guy. I really can't read all of this. Let me see if I can click on it. It says fall out over a guy. Hold on, I think it's showing bigger. Let me go back. Friendships always fall out over guys. Friendships constantly fall out over guys, and it's really funny. I'm having some issues sharing the tab with my YouTube, but let me basically break it down. But a man ended up commenting, and he ended up saying the girl code is trash because other women hate other women. Men can partially stay on the code. It's easier for men to stay on the bro code because men actually have some indifferences with each other, but they don't hate each other. So that's basically what the man was saying. He was saying it's no such thing. Oh, hold on. Let me flip through here because I seen the comment this man said. Oh yeah, I really can't read all of this because it's like the screen is cutting it off, so you really just can't see everything. But you guys go to Priscilla community tab, it'll show everything. But basically the man was just saying the girl code is null and void because women hate each. They competing over attention, they competing over a man, and basically y'all out here competing over predators. So I just think the woman code needs to come back. We need to get rid of these patriarchal type of things that we've been inbred in. And I know sometimes it's hard to get away from something that you've been doing for so long. But most definitely, we have to protect our children. It's about the protection of our children and the growth of women, the growth of our mind, and the growth of our mentalities. Because we can never, like Priscilla say, and I think this is the Honorable Louis Farrakhan that said this: a nation cannot rise any further than the woman. So that shows you the mentality that a woman have is very detrimental when it comes to her community, in the communities that they reside in. The mindset of women is very important. The world is on fire. And us women, we need to do better. And we need to love each other. Us women need to love each other. And we most definitely need to heal. It's healing time. It's healing time because the world is on fire and a lot of people are just sitting back and just watching it burn. So I just want to send out healing to Isis. That's her name, the new trophy wife. You guys make sure you go and check her out. I'm going to drop that link down in the comment section. I thank everybody that came in, everybody that will watch, everybody, all my replay gang, everybody watching in the bushes. Shout out to y'all. If you guys like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Big shout out to all my new subscribers. I'm most definitely coming with more content. As you guys know, I'm off on Monday and Tuesday. So I'll most definitely be going live on both of those days. I'm trying to set up some regular days. So I say Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and I say probably Friday. But if something big happened, I'll most definitely come with a short live and come with the tea. Thank you so much, Natasha. Big shout out to Anna. Big shout out to my moderator. Big shout out to Miss Daniels. And big shout out to all of my new supporters. I really appreciate y'all and I love y'all. And I hope you guys have an awesome work week. And I'll be back tomorrow with another one. Peace.